abatement of pollution. What do you mean by abatement is reduction. How to reduce pollution and conservation of resources. First thing is reduction effort, control effort. What are the ways we can control? Certain pollutions we cannot control. We have some ability to reduce it, eliminate pollution. If it is possible, we can eliminate fully. The pollution reduction methods starts from vehicles. We are using a diesel oriented vehicles. It pollutes the air. What you can do is you can go for electrical vehicles, e-vehicles. Making regulatory norms. Water treatment plant, sewage treatment plants are there. There should be regulatory norms. What do you mean by regulatory? When they have to start the manufacturing. Imagine you have a petrochemical industry. The manufacturing of petrol, diesel, kerosene and rubbers, these are all from certain industries. They have a regulatory norms like laws can be introduced for reducing the pollutions. Behavioral issues, reduction of electricity consumption and greenhouse gas emission. Now, in a larger scenario, I will discuss now. How to reduce air pollution if you are running an industry. Greenhouse gas emission, carbon monoxide, carbon dioxide, sulfur oxide, nitrogen oxide, acids and aerosolicides. These are the different gases which released from these industries. What they will do is, these gases will not be littered in these chimneys. These are all called chimneys. The gases will not be letted out in chimneys. They will be transferred through a pipe. Imagine in your house, in your kitchen you have a chimney. The gas will not go out directly. It goes in an exhaust chimney and through there will be a pipe. Through that pipe it goes to the environment. The same way, in this kind of industry, there will be a effluent flume. The gas will be taken out through this pipes and there will be a large container. This is called a smoke stack. What do you mean by stack? Stack is a storage area. Imagine your class is a storage. Who are all inside? We are all inside. Students and staffs are inside. Like this, there will be a large container and at one point you will be having a smoke. The smoke will be letted in, all the sides are closed and you are having this kind of pipe. These pipes will be carrying a liquid. The liquid will be sprayed at a particular interval. Can you see the liquid sprays at particular interval? What happens if you send a gas and spray water? These gases are letting out, the gases will be consumed by this water and it will fall down. Can you see this kind of liquid? This liquid will absorb the gas and it will fall down. This will be circulated again. Again and again this will be circulated. What happens? This liquid will keep on absorb what elements? Carbon monoxide, carbon dioxide, everything will be absorbed by this system. What is soda? You are drinking soda, no? Coke is a soda, Pepsi is a soda. What is soda? It is carbon infused water. The same way you are infusing all these gases. Carbon dioxide, sulfur oxide, nitrogen, everything if you are infusing here. So that solution will be stacked at the bottom. When the pH level, there is a pH control. If it goes lesser than 7 and greater than 7. What is lesser than 7? pH less than 7 is acids. pH greater than 7, base. There will be a pH control. If too much of sulfur oxides are coming, the water will become what? Sulfuric acid, no? If water which is having too much of sulfur will become sulfuric acid and the pH level will reduce. pH level 4, 5. Now what happens? This pH control will provide some solution. Can you see a scrubber solution make up? The another solution will be pumped out and the pH will be maintained. Now this gas finally it gets contaminated, it will take to the disposal. These kind of gases can be eliminated by what process? Smoke stack scrubbers. This kind of scrubbers should be there in all industries. Next one, soil pollution. The effluents are discharged from the industry to the soil. The agricultural land is depleting. What we have to do? This is what we discuss in this topic. Now, can you see this is a well structured agricultural field. In developed countries like United States, they follow this kind of agricultural area. Can you see the soil layer for a single level? For growing the vegetations, what we are spraying? We are spraying pesticides. We are taking the groundwater, this pesticides will go down and contaminate the water. In order to reduce that, this system is called what? Leachate system. What do you mean by leachate is, can you see there is a collection pipe, small holes. There is a small hole. When the pesticides are sprayed at the top of the vegetation, what happens? This pesticide will slowly go into the soil. Below the soil, you have covers. Imagine at all the four sides, you have this kind of covers. Polythene cover. You imagine a polythene cover. What happens? There will be a pipe and all the waste will be collected through the pipe and it will be discharged out. So this is called leachate. Land pollution can be from fertilizers, second one chemical and fuel refinery leaks. If there is any leak in a fuel refinery, what are they? Petrochemical industry, coal, these industries. There will be leakages, industrial agricultural techniques. Due to these, soil gets polluted. Now, what you can do is, you can eliminate by using leachate collection system. By using this system, you can have a good agricultural method. This is called alternative agricultural method. Okay. Now, what are the ways the soil gets contaminated? Now, first thing is poor agricultural practice. You are spraying pesticides. This I have already discussed. Improper solid waste management. That means, are we dumping this kind of waste in the soil? We are dumping in the soil, no? All the corporation waste which are collected, where they dump above the soil. Now what happens if a rain comes? All the contaminated waste will go into the soil and it infiltrates and it goes to the groundwater. So the soil gets affected. Next thing is hazardous waste which are paints, nuclear waste and tanneries. These chemicals will harm the soil. Leachate formation and uncontrolled dumping. This treatment is called leachate. Can you see there is a warping? So these plastics will be warped around the soil. Can you see soil around? This treatment has to be followed in every industry. These are all the natural soil. You can see tarpaulins. Can you see in all the sites you have tarpaulins? Can you see this pipe? For what purpose these pipes are introduced? All the contaminated waste will come out and discharge in this leachate. So they will treat this leachate and they will let it for further disposal. So how to reduce soil waste? By making leachate systems. Now, next one, water. How to reduce this water contamination? So source of pollution can be two forms. Water can be polluted in two forms. One is source pollution and another one is non-source pollution. Now I will tell you what do you mean by source pollution. Source pollution is an industry consuming water. What are the industries consume more water? Tanning industry, manufacturing of leather. Leather is coming under tanning industry. For what are the purpose we use leather? Leather belts, leather bags, leather shoes, then leather jackets, leather seats. Yes. So far everything we use leather. For 1 meter square of leather we consume 900 liters of water. So this water will be letting it out. So this industry are utilizing this water. That is called source pollution. Who is the source for that water pollution? Tanning industry. Next thing I will tell, non-sourced point. What are the ways non-source is? Can you see this is a open land? This is a large open land. During a rainfall, all the water falls on the open spaces. Now this water will go into ground level and it goes as storm water. Naturally, if you are having any construction, you see this kind of construction, you will be having manholes. Manholes is small holes will be here. Can you see this kind of holes? There will be a drainage pipe and at equal intervals you have a holes. During a rainfall, what happens? All the water goes inside the hole and through this channel it is collected and it is pumped out for treatment. This is the process. Now what you can do is, this kind of systems we can use. This is being implemented in well developed countries. Imagine they have a parking lot. Shopping malls have this kind of parking lots. What they do is, they excavate all the soil. They install this kind of places. Can you see tarpaulins at the bottom? Can you see that black color? These are all called tarpaulins. When water falls down, the contaminated water will not directly go to the soil. This will stop and it will be collected in this pipe. And through this pipe, the water will be treated, then it will be lettered into groundwater. This is the non-source point of contamination of water, the treatment of sewage water into the rainwater harvesting system, installing of storm runoff retention system. So this we have to install in order to reduce water pollution and educate the public. Fourth one is energy conservation. Generating the energy in form of electrical energy, we use electricity. So there creates a carbon footprint. Imagine a thermal industry creates a carbon footprint. What are the examples of energy pollutions? You can use clean burning fuels. Petrol, if you use in a car, will it get clean fuel out? Carbon dioxide is released. There are certain fuels in industry, I will tell for example. Ethanol. Have you heard about ethanol? Instead of petrol, you buy 1 liter ethanol. You put it in your bike. The bike will run in the same way. You will not have pollution and the carbon dioxide will not released out. These are all called what? Clean fuel. Clean fuel is what? Whatever fuel you are using should not harm the environment. What are these fuel? First one is ethanol. You can use ethanol instead of petrol or diesel. Then you can use electricity, e-vehicles, natural gas. Can you see number of petrol stations are currently going in natural gas? Gas stations are there. Now hydrogen. Hydrogen gas is also an alternate. Biodiesel, methanol, propane. These are all called clean fuels. If you use that fuel in any missions, the environment will not get harmed. Can you see this image? What we currently do is, we use crude oil. This crude oil is being pumped from the ground and while pumping, you get greenhouse gases. These gases are emitted when crude oil is pumped out. During a pumping is also this greenhouse gas emitted. During transportation, after pumping, this has to be transferred from one place to another. There also greenhouse gas and fuel is transported. Crude oil is refined, oil refineries, they exhaust greenhouse gas, fuel is transported. There also you have, finally, when you are using in vehicle also, this kind of harmful happens. Now how to reduce that? Instead of using petrols and diesels, you can use what options? Ethanol, propane, methanol, biodiesel. This is called energy conservation. So first one is clean burning fuel. Next thing is renewable source of energy we can use. Public transportation. Then recycling, reusing. Energy efficient appliances. What are they? Usage of LED lamps. Locally buy products. Focus on 21st century for ISO implementation. With this, today's topic gets ended.